How fast can I run if I have to? Oh shit. Not that fast. Luckily I didn't have to. Today I'm closing Carl in the front pasture temporarily. There we go. All right, I did it. All right, so what we're doing today is we're going to go ahead and try to get our donkeys back over on this side of the pasture. And in order to do that, we had to open up another loafing shed. So what I've done is I've moved Carl to the front pasture, or the front paddock. He's enclosed in there now. I'll get him a water and feed source set up. The gate that comes through there has not only been latched, but also wrapped up. You can see the bright green ratchet strap that I put around it to keep him from busting back through. I will open that back gate over there. That's the little green gate you see. And then of course all the pigs, goats, alpaca, and a couple of big birds are able to come in to not only this pasture with this larger loafing shed, but they're also able to come into this paddock over here through this little open gate, excuse me, and they can come in from the back side or the front side, okay? And that will allow them plenty of loafing sheds. Don't forget the alpaca and the big birds never go into our loafing sheds. It's very, very rare do you ever see the alpaca or the big birds in the loafing sheds. No matter how cold or how wet, how hot, it doesn't matter. They prefer to be out and about. And so they're fine. But you do want to have loafing sheds for all of your goats. For sure, all of your goats. And then as far as your donkeys go, Ringo is here. I know you guys probably are worried about him because you can't see him. But if you look down the hill, Ringo did get out and about today with his family. He's just slow to make his way back. Very slow to make his way back. But now we're able to bring our donkeys out of the horse pasture. And that will only leave in that pasture 3 horses and a pony. And then we'll bring our donkeys back over to this side. I will have to go ahead and spray the trees. You guys know about the spray that we bought. That seems to be working pretty good. And that keeps the donkeys from eating at the bark. And then we do think, from what we've been reading, that there's just something, it's maybe not boredom as much as we thought it was. There must have been something else that they weren't getting in their diet. And when I say they, hey buddy, it's really only Dinkers. It's really only Dinky who we've seen doing it. Ouch. Even though all of our donkeys, there have been times where they have nibbled at the trees, the bark on the trees. But what I told Jamie I think that we should do is in this area right through here. It doesn't have to be a big one. But up on this hill, maybe looking down across that direction over there, build us an additional loafing shed. And then we can make it to where the donkeys can't go inside here with the goats and push them out of their loafing sheds. The goats want to be here or there. The goats want to be here by the lights. And you don't want to take that from your goats. So we could actually close our gates back, only have our little doggy doors open. We may have to lower our doggy doors down so much whereas the little donkeys can't get underneath them. And then build us a donkey loafing shed. If you don't like this area here, this would be a beautiful area. This would be your face. So you'd have that north wind blocked off of you. And then you'd be at the top of the hill. looking down and across. It'd be a beautiful view. Don't forget, you can cross the creek, the pond over there at the culvert, or at the dry creek area crossing over here. But this would be the most beautiful view. Jamie says, though, that when the donkeys all walk up, and you guys probably already know this, they seem to congregate more in this corner because they're social and they're going to want to be closer to the horses. So we may have to, in fact, if we plan on doing that, get us that loafing shed over here at the right there around the gate. So I don't know. The only problem over there is there's quite a bit of erosion, so it's going to be hard to ever get anything level because there's no level ground over there at all. But we'll figure it out. That's not in the here nor now. We are just about to enter spring. Our temperatures are going to be beautiful for a couple of months. And like I said, the donkeys are not like, they don't mind getting wet. Goats do not want to be wet. Our alpaca, our donkeys, and our birds, they actually don't mind the water at all. And then last thing that I'll say, in case you're wondering why, I think that we need to open up some space on that pasture. We also want to go ahead and let our grass come back in full. And that pasture is 8 acres. It's actually 10, but we took off some because of the pond. I don't know how much the pond takes and how much the little rock area over here takes in the barn, but it's an actual 10-acre pasture. But we figure it's about 8 acres of actual grazing. And to have 3 horses now with a pony, we just want to make sure that we have the max potential growth of our grasses that are about to start popping up. And then over on this side, this pasture's looking great. I do believe we got all of our pH balances all back. And that sounds so weird, but soil does have a balance, friends, and it took us a while to find it. But with the help of the Ag Extension Office, we finally got us a really good looking pasture here that we're very proud of. And it needs to have the donkeys over here. It needs to be grazed. You know, the sad thing about Carl is he's not being really mean right now. He's not in the heat. I'm going to get all this set up for him. But what I'm trying to say is he's not being very aggressive. So I'm actually in the same pasture with Carl now. I'm going to go ahead and turn all of this on. Make sure we don't have too big of a leak here. And drag this water hose out of here. Like so. And I'll leave this water hose running through the gate, so I can still use this water hose. I can drag it as far as this over here-ish. I don't want to have it too, I don't want to get Carl tripped up on it. So I'll leave it about right there, where I can still use it in this area. And then Jamie and I have an additional water hose we hooked up over there that runs, one of them goes to the RV, the other one runs down the hill. And it goes over there. So we got plenty of water sources in this pasture. What I should probably do is put that water hose coming right through here, because hanging off the ground, that's liable to trip Carl. And we don't want to get him hung up in anything. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually reroute it, or reroute it. We say reroute, but I bet from those from Canada and the UK say reroute. I will reroute this water hose. I'm going to reroute it. Reroute this water hose to come right through here. Carl's right over there. He's not being bothered by me at all. So it's going to be too big with the head on it. I need 2 hands for this. Okay, Carl's fine. I probably should have walked over and cleaned up some of those old buckets and things. I didn't do that, but all is fine. Carl's inside here. He got 2 feed troughs. He also has 2 things of water that we can keep changed out, all from this side of the fence. And our water hose has just been left on, but with a nozzle on the end of it. So I think that we're gonna be okay here. And like I said, Carl's not in a bad mood right now. Carl's being fine. Hey, you two. Hello there, handsome Ernie. Hi, Ernie. Hey, Trudy. So, all right, well, at some point, first chance I get, once the horses and donkeys have kind of separated themselves, I'll walk down. If I can catch the horses up by the barn and the donkeys down by the road, I'll do my little swing gates there that I have in the driveway, and I'll walk the donkeys out of one pasture into the other. And so you'll be seeing donkeys here amongst our littles very soon. And at that point, we will no longer have just the littles, but we will have the littles and our middles. We'll be back united, and that'll be cute. Well, thank y'all for watching today's video. And in case you're wondering about Tina and Debbie and their wings, just know that the longer I can leave Debbie and Carl off of each other, literally, and I mean that literally, her feathers will grow back, guys. She's a bird, and they molt like all of your chickens. And this has just been a little bit more difficult season for her with all of the carling. They've been doing a lot of carling, y'all. And I think that you know what I mean by that. We'll just call it the Carl. All right. Thank y'all for watching. We love you so much. Blessed to have you. And we'll catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.